Welcome back to our channel,
Pinoy
TO! We're here at the bee farm. Hindi ko ma-pronounce yung pangalan ng
Yeah, we're
farm.
just gonna show
We're
it
just
to you.
gonna show you.
Balggok.
Balggok Bee Farm in Port Perry, Ontario. It's a friend of ours. She's gonna give us a tour. It's a family business. Kabayan Puto. If you guys want some good honey,
Yeah.
yes, let us know. Join us. We're gonna go to the saan ba to? Yung bee, kung saan yung mga bees.
Yeah. We're gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Right now.
Let's
Do this.
go. Now Jen is gonna show us their bees.
I'm scared.
Actually, you can actually hear them buzzing around you. Why do we need to smoke
That-
yung mga
The
bees if you wanna see them, you're gonna be.
Yeah, so the smoke is basically letting the bees know that someone is coming in to visit their hive. So they are less aggressive if you smoke them.
Oh,
So that kind of like warns them that someone is going to look at their hive. Because this time of the year is actually not the best time to
visit the hive.
the bees, but we will try our very best only because this time of the year, as mentioned, so we harvest already. Everything in here is harvested. So obviously the bees are not happy because someone just stole all their honey, kind of,
That's true.
right?
Okay.
So plus it's the time of the year when the flowers are all almost done. So there's nothing for them to actually do. It's the last flower in Canada, in here, basically in Ontario, based on our weather, is mostly the goldenrod. So it's actually the yellow stuff you guys see
All around, yeah.
Yeah.
And goldenrod and asters, those white small flowers. So this is the beehive we call. So the beehive, this beehive with 2 brood boxes would have at least 30,000 to 50,000 bees in it.
Wow.
The bees can fly up to 3 to 5 kilometers if they need to find the food.
How many beekeepers you guys have here?
Well, there's quite a few beekeepers in here, but they're all happy beekeepers. You know, like they keep 1 or 2 hives, and right.
How many totals you have? Sorry.
We have less than 150 hives. So yeah. So who wants to see the bees?
Let's do this.
Every hive has 1 queen. Normally, queens would have 2 years of life to lay eggs properly. So that's. The queen can lay 1,000 to 3,000 eggs a day. So you think when we harvest the honey, a lot of people take that, oh my God, you're taking everything away from them. Believe it or not, the bees are actually smart to actually fill their house first with honey for what they need, and then give you what's the excess, right? So this one,
Smart.
yeah, so this one is basically just as heavy as the frame that I had you guys held a while ago. So yeah, so this is yeah, so this is you want to hold it up? Go ahead. They're not gonna eat you. They're just gonna bite you. No, they won't.
Yeah, so we're here at Jen's farm, the Balggok, tama ba yung pagka-pronounce
That's
ko?
correct.
Balggok
Yeah.
honey farm. So we have here, we visited their hives. she's actually the queen here. So
So that's why they're
This is the
calm.
queen.
Yeah. So the queen of the business is right. Specifically, I'm going to show you guys here. So these are the brood. So these are the larvae. If you see, there's white stuff in there, which are the larvae. So, and this cap in here, they're gonna hatch the soon-to-be bees, right? So these are the boys. The boys, they don't sting, so they're basically just there to make the queens in the spring. So
How can you tell?
the boys,
Yeah.
So the boys are that one. So they have a more bigger rounded body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this frame actually have eggs in it. So if you guys wanna actually just put your camera in there and zoom it later on, so there's like a small white grain of rice inside each cell, and those are actually the eggs.
How long do they stay as a queen?
Queen bee actually have, they say a good 2 years lifespan. She has elongated body.
Oh.
So this is the boy. The boy is
Okay.
round. These are all workers. They're smaller, and the queen is has a kind of longer body. Bella, do you see the queen bee? Another interesting stuff is actually their lifespan. In summertime, the bees actually survives for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And
And
they
that's
just die.
and then they just die. Only because they work hard, right? They work
Only because in the
non-stop.
summer, yeah.
Yeah, in the summertime. And in wintertime, the bees that actually you put in winter can survive months. So until the spring.
So this, you just wrap them like winter protection and they're good to go.
That's correct. So we put a sugar on this feeder. So that's kind of like an emergency food.
Yep.
The same hive, right? So if you guys actually see on the front, there's a lot of yellow stuff. That's actually the bee pollen. You actually see these bees here actually carrying 2 pollen
Oh yeah.
on its leg, right? So we have what we call a pollen catcher. So we call it a pollen trap. So
Wow.
any large pollen will,
They carry that?
yes, they carry that and taste it.
You can
Go
actually, right?
Yeah.
Ay. Ay. You're gonna taste it. Why you treat us like that? That's not funny.
It's a
Pollen.
bee pollen. So before
Parang ano yung mustard, honey mustard.
you guys don't have any more questions, we'll
No,
Head back?
been great. Thank
Yeah,
you so
oh my
much.
god,
Yeah.
this is so cool.
So
But,
guys,
no, just one thing. When they want to buy your honey, usually what? You do it online.
online.
no, well, we have quite a few stores that carry our honey.
Okay.
A lot of people just drop by the house, right? But majority would be like friends or referrals of friends.
That's what you know when you have a good product. You don't even have to. It's a lot of work, but marketing side, if you have a good product, the product sells itself. So that's what it is, right? So please support our local farmers, local businesses. Support our community, Filipino. She's Filipino, di ba? So we support all this.
So this is the honey that we actually took off yesterday. It's just a part of it. So
Oh.
it's quite a few bees.
So you guys make your own boxes.
Correct. So Jeff and I makes all the boxes and all the frames, and it's basically from scratch to finish. We don't put it away.
So you guys respect farmers. So guys, we just finished the tour at yung mga hives, and as you can see, itong farm nila Jen and Geoff, it's kung anong natatanaw nyo right here at hindi nyo pa natatanaw, sa kanila yon actually. So, maraming nagpa-plant dito, they renting the property and for farmers, other farmers. So which is good. It doesn't go in a waste, di ba? So guys,
I have a question.
Support yung support our local farmers.
Gano'ng kalaki itong
So this
farm niya?
This where this house is 50 acres, and across the road is 100 acres.
We'll have lunch first, brunch. We'll have brunch. We'll cook.
We can go for a drive and look for some deers or turkeys or maybe foxes. We'll see what's outside today, and we'll have fun.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll see you guys.
Thank you.
We have Vincent here to give us a tour at the honey. Ano bang pangalan nung kasi?
Honey house.
Honey house. There you go.
Hindi nyo alam eh.
Honey house. We're gonna get a tour from Vincent. Okay, let's join Vincent here, guys. I think we're gonna have a nosebleed.
Hi guys.
You can really smell the fresh honey.
Whoa,
in here. So this is where they process everything.
So what are we gonna do here, Vincent, today? Are you gonna explain how you guys do the honey, right?
Yes.
All right.
He's the owner. Let's start. Go ahead, baby.
So we scrape it, and then when there's too much frame, we put it in there. Goes all the way up there. Goes down there.
So it's actual honeybee honeycomb. That's how it looks like.
And these are the honey.
Where's the honey?
Where?
Oh, it's there.
It's in here.
Oh,
It's in there, inside, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's a black frame.
Yeah.
These are ours, and
What the black frame for? Why they're using a black frame?
because that one has honey too.
Oh, it has honey too.
Okay. So
Every frame has honey.
Okay. Jen will explain the...
So I'll elaborate that a little bit so you
Yes.
guys. But Vincent, thank you very much.
Thank you
you did
so
a good
much.
job.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Good
So
job.
so these are the frames basically. So when we introduce this to the bees, we actually give a blank frame. So
Oh,
it's
blank.
mainly this black plastic frame in here coated with beeswax. So the bees actually build this. Every single cell you guys see in here, they build that.
Oh.
So and then they fill this with honey, and if you guys notice, there's actually some in here that are capped, so they have a lid on, so this wax in here.
Okay.
And some don't. So the ones that are actually capped, the bees are actually putting those because the moisture content of that honey inside, so that honey in there, the moisture content of that is
Oh.
perfect. That being said,
Smart.
you're more than welcome to taste. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh honey.
Okay.
No, it's okay. You guys. Of course. Feel free.
How long you guys have this business for?
So Geoff, before I met Geoff, he already had this business. So he actually been beekeeping for 25 years.
Wow, si Jen, isa siyang kababayan natin. And kasi a lot of people yung pag tulad ako, yung may honey ako, nagki-crystallize. Is that what's actually happening? But if I store it, did I store it wrong?
No, actually, you should be happy when your honey crystallized because that means your honey is actually pure.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah. So if you actually go to the store, you will see a lot of honey that never crystallizes, right?
Oh, okay.
So there is a difference between the pasteurized honey and unpasteurized honey. So everything we sell is unpasteurized, which means it's raw honey. So in that case, because it's pure, yes, it will crystallize over time.
Okay.
So the ones in the stores are pasteurized, which what they do is they overheat the honey, and that will actually have a long shelf life.
Oh, okay.
So, but mind you, when it's pasteurized, it's basically a sugar syrup,
Yeah.
right? Because all the benefits of the honey is actually there if the honey is raw. So,
That's why when you're cooking with honey too, make sure you put it on the last
Yes.
thing. You don't boil it or anything, because
Yeah.
otherwise it's just gonna disappear the
Correct.
flavor and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
yung ano
the,
nga,
Nutrients.
the nutrients of the honey. That's correct.
Jen, how long it will, the span,
Oh.
lifespan of honey?
Well,
shelf life, yeah.
that's actually a good question, because honey never go bad.
Oh.
So you can store, you can have honey for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years, would still be good. Yeah. So this one actually plays a great role on that question, because as I mentioned to you guys, this one is the right moisture content. What that means is this one you can store forever, it will never go bad. However, the ones in here, right, it's not the proper moisture content, so it will ferment sooner. That's why we have to correct the moisture content of the last harvest, because the bees literally ran out of time to do all the job and finish all that. So we actually use the humidifier to correct the moisture content of the honey.
Oh, okay.
But sorry, go ahead.
How many times do you harvest?
So this year we harvested 3 times.
Three
It
times.
really all depends where are your bees located, how much honey are in there, and how strong you are. Because I'm gonna actually ask you guys, how strong are you?
Yeah.
See how-
Oh, I can't even move. That's pretty heavy, yeah. Oh, they have. Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
So what do you call basically? Is it ounce or?
No, this is the honey super. So a honey super is basically
Just all.
yeah.
Oh, it's heavy.
So that one is
Here.
not even quite full.
That's
This
not
is-
honey.
That's not.
How many pounds? How do you say pounds or liters when you
Yeah. So
you harvest? Yeah.
it really all depends again, because it's farming, right?
Yeah.
So we are all weather dependent.
Yeah.
So if we have the enough water or rain in the summer, obviously there's
It's gonna
lots
be
of
more.
flowers and
Yeah.
there's lots of nectars, right? But this year so far we're looking at 20,000 pounds.
This is propolis.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So we
Is
have
that a good harvest?
that is a good harvest.
Oh.
So we have years that we have 8,000 pounds, 12,000 pounds, right? Just highest year was 28,000 pounds.
Whoa.
But during the winter, did they die?
Nope. Well, we hope not. So
No, but
we-
I mean they stay
in their
there.
rust, yeah. So they basically hibernate, I would say. So we wrap them up
But my
with
dad tried it.
winter wrap, and we make sure that they have enough food to survive in the winter. And once in a while in winter time, when the weather is good, we actually go out and feed the bees. Just
What do you
basically-
feed?
So we feed them mainly plain sugar. in
Loading
winter.
them.
So just granulated sugar. So we open all the cells, right? So that when we spin, we get as much as honey as we can. And nothing is really wasted, just buy it.
So anong byproduct ng wax? This wax? Yeah, you can see the honey on the side.
As I mentioned, so we spin honey on the extracting machine. So the machine holds 50 frames. We have on the other side is actually 30 frames. So what happened next is we actually pump the honey into this tank. So that's where the honey flows from the extracting machine to here. And if you actually notice here, there is actually, this one is the cappings. So it's actually the cappings that we took out from each frames. So we let the honey actually settle for like overnight or up to 48 hours. And you will see that everything down there is actually now the pure clean honey. So Vincent, if you actually turn that on, you can show them what the final result of the honey, Vincent. Thank you.
Hey, Grandpa.
And this one basically just spin it until we get the right texture that we want. So and then it turns basically into like a cream honey. Can you tell everyone who are you, please? The CEO. Wait, just a second, Vincent. What does a CEO do?
Press buttons in the office.
Press buttons in the office. What else? What else?
Spend the money.
And spend the money of the company.